I'm here to teach you how to talk to women. Kind of. Not really, actually. Look, I get this comment on my video, and it was like, can you please tell us about ex relationships or to talking to women? And at first, I was just kind of laughing it off, like, wow, is this really what my channel has come to? Am I like a pickup artist, Clash of Clans builder base edition? But you know, I kind of looked at it deeper, and I was like, you know what? There is something I want to touch on about that. So that's why we're here. Let me tell you what I'm trying to say is relationships are overrated, and I feel like a lot of people have a misconception where they see relationships like this is the promised land. This is where I need to be. I need to get here to be happy. I'm not happy now, but once I get this, I will be. I have bad news. That is not even in the slightest true. Like, that is the most inaccurate thing you can think about a relationship. And what I really want to say about this, and this is objectively blunt and objectively just like, ouch, that's one way to say it, but if you do not love yourself, you will not find someone who will love you. I mean, let me rephrase that a little bit. That sounds a little bit worse than I mean it. You can obviously find people who will love you, but if you do not love yourself, you probably shouldn't get into a relationship. No, it's not probably. You definitely shouldn't. A lot of people treat relationships as like something to almost justify why they're important, if that makes sense. Like they look at a relationship and they're like, if I can get one of these, I can prove to myself that I'm worth it. And that is not the right way to view a relationship, because if you don't feel like you're worth it already, it's just gonna bleed into the relationship, and it will make it more just make it more, I don't know, dramatic, and it's gonna be pretty negative. So I feel like before you even should sit here and try and figure out how to talk to women, what you should do first is figure out how to love yourself. Because there's so many people who don't love themselves but expect someone else to love them. And I know this sounds like really mean, but it's really true. If you can't love yourself, you should not be looking for that, because if there's a void you're trying to fill with another person, it's not going to get filled by another person. If you have a lack of self-worth, that another person is probably going to make that worse. Because typically how it goes is you're going to get into an argument, and either both of you aren't going to be mature enough to really handle it, and it's going to go poorly, and then there's going to be some more conflict, and it's just going to go really, really bad. And that's just typically how it goes. And at the end of the day, there'll be a breakup at some point. It's really, really a gambling to try and imagine trying to get a relationship on the first try. And after the breakup, you're both going to just be feeling empty, and that feeling of self-worth is just going to be lower than it was to begin with. So before I even attempt to try and teach you guys the dark arts of talking to women, how about we first dive into the dark arts of loving yourself? And this is something that I feel like a lot of people in my generation could probably benefit from. But I feel like the deepest, darkest, dirtiest secret about loving yourself is going outside and getting off your phone. I know, you don't want to do it. I didn't want to do it either, but I finally gave in to the dark side and said, all right, fine, I'll go outside. And it's just been so much better, dude. It's been so much, not even like a little bit, massive notable difference. But I guess that isn't really what started it. What really started it is I was about to turn 20, and I was like, okay, I'm addicted to vaping. I have a terrible sleep schedule. I'm very underweight. I don't really have many friends because I don't put myself out there, and I feel unfulfilled because I'm sitting inside playing Crunker.io all day. And so I was like, all right, it's time to make a change here. I do not want to be addicted to vaping. So why don't we change that first? So I quit. And that's definitely easier said than done. If you want to really dive into the deep, dirty secrets about quitting vaping, we can just do it very briefly. I think about it every day when I wake up. I really want it. I really, really want it. I want to rip out my teeth a lot of the time because of how badly my mouth hurts from wanting one so bad. And the only thing that is keeping me from doing it is just willpower. It's not because I don't want to. It's because I know I can't. So I am forcing myself daily to just try not to think about it. It's very difficult, and it's been a month since I quit, right? It's actually been 4 weeks to yesterday. 4 weeks from not using one, which is absolutely amazing. I feel very, very proud of myself. I'm very happy with that. 4 weeks is the longest I've gone in 5 years. But anyway, I could do a whole video, again, I've already done like 2, talking about how painful of an experience this is. But it's been a month though. I feel like I'll update you just briefly on that. I know a lot of you guys may have not really had a lot of faith here when I said I was going to quit, but 29 days currently without using one. I'm feeling amazing. I've been around people who have one, and I've willingly said no. I've willingly not done it. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm really proud of myself here. And that was like the very, very first step to really liking myself more. Was I've tried to quit many times, and it makes you feel terrible about yourself when you don't do it successfully. It's so depressing when you try and do something and you just can't. Like, you give in, especially with this, because it's an addiction. So you give in to yourself. You give into it even though you really don't want to, but you almost can't help it. And it makes you feel really bad about yourself when that happens. So being able to successfully do that for the first time was very, very nice. I can do a video on that talking about how I did it and how I'm doing or whatever. If there's any, I know there's some people who struggle with that too. So if you want that, I can do that at some point, I'm certain, but not gonna dive that there. But that was my very, very first step, was quitting this. I've been addicted to it for so long, and that I just wanted to get that out of the way, and so I did. And now I'm like, okay, well, I did that, so what do I do next? And I think the next biggest thing was just talking with friends and just like reestablishing friendships and not sitting in my room all day on Crunker.io and on Discord calls, which don't get me wrong, I love my Discord calls. I love the people I talk with on Discord, they're really fun, but I just should not be on them as much as I was. So I got off them. I started going outside, I started reaching out to friends. I made a new friend in the weirdest of ways. I wished them happy birthday, and then they're like, hey, I locked my keys in my car. You have any idea what I should do? I said, yep, I'll come over and break into it for you. So I came over to their house. I broke into their car, got them their keys. Natural teenage stuff here. And do I get this? I really would like to get this. And I just made a new friend that way. And then they invited me onto a walk, which at first I was going to say no to. I'm going to be so real with you guys. I had been up for over 24 hours. I'm tired. I'm lazy, I'm tired, I wanted to sleep, but I was like, you know what? This sounds like a cool experience. I'm gonna say yes. So I did, and it was an absolutely amazing experience. And I realized at that point, like, man, I really enjoy being outside. So now all of a sudden, I started straying away from being on my phone. I put my phone down and I went outside. I started doing things. I was hanging out with friends. I was quitting this addiction I was addicted to for so long. And then another one of my friends invited me to go to the skate park, which I did a video on this too. Sorry if I'm really just recapping, I guess, the past month or so. But went to the skate park. Absolutely love that too. I'm terrible. I'm so bad at it. But it's really fun, and I've been going almost every day. It's raining today, so I can't. But I've been going almost every day, making friends with the other skater dudes there. I hate kids as a result, because we'll dive into why I hate kids later, I guess. But it'll be another video, I think. But I've been going skating, and as a result of skating now, all of a sudden, all this exercise has made me build up an appetite. So I'm for the first time in my life, I'm 6'4". When I moved back from my old place, I weighed 132 pounds, which is not how much someone who's 6'4" should weigh, by the way. I'm gonna spoil that for you. I should have weighed a lot more than that. But for the first time in my life, I've passed 150 pounds. It seems like a small accomplishment, but I'm pumped, dude. I'm so excited. Like, I've been trying to gain weight so long, and I'm finally doing it. I'm finally gaining weight, and I'm feeling really good. So as a result of skateboarding now, everything is just like working and meshing together. I quit vaping, so I felt strong enough to start going out and doing new things. So I went and made new friends, started hanging out with friends a whole lot. And one of those friends invited me outside, so I started going outside and putting down my phone, and then I started going skateboarding, and then skateboarding made me get an appetite, and now I'm not as underweight, and now I'm not addicted, and now I'm actually talking with people, and now I'm getting out of my phone. I'm feeling more fulfilled in myself because I'm going outside, and I love life right now. Oh boy, how do I do this one? Can we do a lot of P.E.K.K.As here? Do we do Electrofire Wizards? I guess I already done Electrofire. We're just gonna do P.E.K.K.As. Anyway, life is going really well. And here's the thing about it that I want to clarify, that I want to kind of point out, is if at the beginning of March I told myself, I want you to find I want you to be going outside every day. I want you to not be on your phone for more than like 3 hours a day. I want you to quit this addiction you've been having for the past 5 years. I want you to make 3 new friends. I want you to learn how to skateboard. I want you to gain 15 pounds. I want you to just do all these things that I've done so far. I want you to feel fulfilled by the end of March. If I said that to myself, I would say, no, that sounds like a lot of work. But it really isn't. It does sound like a lot of work, trust me, I know, but it really is not, because, can I please put down the battle copter? Thank you. All it took was the very first step. All it took was wanting to improve one thing about myself. And that snowballed into me improving everything about myself that I could really want to improve. I guess what I'm trying to say here is, instead of trying to focus on filling this void with another person, I just got out of a relationship. I had just gotten finished with this pain and this sorrow or whatever. And instead of trying to just jump into a new one to distract myself from that, I focused on myself. I focused on learning how to love myself for who I am and how to make myself a person who I want to be. How to make myself someone who I feel like I should be loving. How to be who and where I want to be in life. And as a result, I feel just amazing. And this is what I mean. Can I please stop push trapping me, please? Please. Okay, let's just use number 2's ability there, and then we'll use number 6's ability. Oh, that's such a good ability there. Oh my goodness, hitting everything. Okay, boom, there goes that. We're gonna demolish this, aren't we? Okay, wait a second. We're getting kind of railed by this double cannon. Maybe we'll be all right. Anyway, all it took was one step, and as a result, at the beginning of this month, I was, again, underweight. I had not really spoken with friends in a while. I was not hanging out. I was not going outside. I was playing Crunker.io and Lego Marvel. I was addicted to vaping. I was just unfulfilled. And by the end of this, everything has just polar opposite reversed. And I just feel amazing. So focus on yourself. Don't focus on trying to find someone else to make you feel better about yourself. Because you will not find real happiness in anyone until you are really happy with you. Learning how to talk to women should be like the least of your concerns, because if you don't learn how to love yourself, you will never last very well in a relationship. It will not work well. I promise you. I want to cuss so bad, but I don't want to get removed from the creator program. I really don't like that. Whatever, we're just gonna full send the candy cart, hope that we can get this. If this doesn't work, it doesn't work. I won't cry. I will cry, actually. I'm totally coping so hard right now. I'm pissed. I'm very pissed about this, because I'm not gonna redo my attack, because then I have to redo everything I said. So this is what we're getting here, and I gotta make a thumbnail out of something, so I guess we're doing it out of this. But if you don't learn to love yourself, you're just making a mistake. Relationships suck, dude. I'm gonna be so real with you. They're the worst. They're terrible. They are not fun. They are not enjoyable. You usually learn how to hate yourself, if anything, in a relationship. So ignore the relationships. Don't look for that. Look for who you're supposed to be and who you want to be. Because a lot of the time, the person you are, the person you want to be, and the person you should be are all different. They're never the same. And it takes a little bit of learning how to just be who you want to be and who you should be. Ability, take out the crusher, please. Okay, or not. At least we got 2 battle machine ability. Do we get this? Whoa, there's a possibility. This would be really ideal, because I do not want to redo this. And I already said I wouldn't redo it, but I don't know how true that is. But now I'm definitely not going to redo it, because we're getting a 6-star. Yeah, go team. Okay, that's awesome. I've been trying to record this video for 2 days. I'm gonna be real. I've been trying to figure out the right way to word this. And I need to go back to telling stories instead of trying to be oddly philosophical, but I really wanted to answer this question. So, love yourself, be who you are, and don't worry about anything else. Because something you need to remember is relationships are typically temporary, but the one thing that you will have throughout the rest of your life that'll never go away is yourself. And if you can't be your own friend, that's not good. You need to be your own best friend sometimes. So learn to love yourself before you try and learn to love someone else. And with that, I hope that was a good Clash of Clans video. Go team. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see ya.